Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be making a fun breakfast for my kids. I'm making French toast roll-ups. I looked into my fridge, I found a loaf of bread, some fresh strawberries that need to be used, and a random half block of cream cheese. I'm going to put these things all together and make a great fun breakfast for my kids, especially since we're just all at home. This is something you could definitely do with your kids. Well, I'm going to get started and show you how I do it. Okay, so to prepare my strawberries, I've already rinsed them, and some of them really just were not usable. But you're just going to remove the stem, and then you're just going to slice and chop these into manageable little pieces. So I'm actually using a small pint or an 8-ounce container of strawberries. I would say between 6 to 8 ounces of fresh strawberries works in this recipe, especially if you want to just save 2 strawberries for garnish. It should be enough for this recipe. Now I'm going to add just a half teaspoon, just a little sprinkle of sugar. And now you're just going to want to mix these. And that is it. These are prepared. Now I'm going to show you how to prepare the cream cheese. So for the cream cheese mixture, I have softened cream cheese going into a bowl. And if you don't have time to just let your cream cheese come to room temperature and soften, you can put it in the microwave for about 20 to 30 seconds. Now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. And I didn't mean to do that. I meant, okay, here's a tip for you guys. I actually like to mix the ground cinnamon with the sugar first, then add it, but such is life, I didn't do that. So maybe if I can kind of mix it around, because it kind of helps the ground cinnamon blend better with the cream cheese. So that's typically what I do. But anyways, I was working too fast. So now I'm just going to cream and mix this together. So this is pretty much what I'm going to be adding to the inside of these roll-ups. It'll help it roll up, and you know, it's great flavor. Okay, so for the dredge, or what you're going to coat the roll-ups with, I'm going to use 2 large eggs. I'm also going to add maybe a third. I guess I should go in with the complete half cup, yeah. Obviously, guys, I am eyeballing this. Okay, and I'm also going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So that was a half cup of whole milk, by the way. And I am going to add a little shake of cinnamon, ground cinnamon, just like that. That was just a pinch. Now I'm just going to add a pinch, just a couple of scrapings of a fresh ground nutmeg. Just like that. So if you want to add a little bit of sugar to your egg cream mixture, you definitely can, but I added sugar to the cream cheese. I'm also going to be topping it with some syrup and more fresh strawberries. There's sugar in the strawberries, so I find that it's not necessary, but definitely if you want a little bit of sugar in here, you can add it. Okay, so here I have 10 slices of white bread. And I basically cut the crust off of each slice of bread, and I like to save the crust that I cut off. It makes great breadcrumbs or even croutons, so save those. So you take your bread and you are just going to use a rolling pin and just mash it until it is thin and rolled just like that. And this makes it a lot easier to roll. So I'm going to continue the process until all of my bread is done. Okay, so last one. I actually cut 2 more slices of bread, so I have 12 in total. I think I can get that many, probably even more. I think 15 would work, because the amount of the egg wash dredge, I think it'll work. But anyways, my bread is ready, so let's put these things together. You're going to take your mashed, rolled out slice of bread. You're just going to take a small, I would say maybe a teaspoon of the cream cheese, and you're going to spread it. By the way, you want to make sure you spread completely on your slice of bread because it will help it'll help keep it together once you roll it out, because remember, these strawberries, after adding sugar, they are going to be a lot juicier and it's going to create sort of like a syrup, and you don't want that to just disintegrate your bread before you have a chance to cook it. So there you go. Now, let's take a little, maybe a tablespoon of the fresh strawberries. And now you're just going to roll it up. And, you know, always use clean hands in the kitchen. Clean hands are your best friends. Okay, so, and there we have it. That is our cute little French toast roll up. Well, it's not French toast yet, but I'm going to finish doing these and I'll show you the next step. So here are all of my roll-ups. They are so cute. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my griddle. And the key here to make sure that the outside cooks along with the inside is not to cook this on high. You want to take your time, cook all sides, and cook, or I'm actually preheating this on a medium heat, and I'm probably going to drop it down to medium low to cook them, because if you cook this at on a raging heat, it's just going to burn the outside and the inside's still going to be gooey, uncooked, and saturated. So we really want to get a crispy exterior and a fluffy, custard soft like interior. And they're really not going to soak in the mixture very long. It's kind of just a dredge, so it's not going to take that long to cook them, but you want to work with a nice controlled preheated griddle, nothing on high. So I'm going to come back when this is preheated. Okay, so I am going to add some oil. I would say about 3 tablespoons and 1 tablespoon of butter. Okay, so now what you're going to do is take your little roll up and clean hands, just roll it in there, dunk it, dip it, and place it right on your griddle. Actually, you want to start seam side down. Whoops. Yeah, make sure when you place it on the griddle, go seam side down first. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I have my first batch in the griddle. They are cooking quite nicely. And just a reminder, I know I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but make sure that you are working with a moderate, medium, low heat. You want to make sure you get golden brown goodness on all sides and the inside cooks before anything burns. So I'm going to let this cook on the first side for maybe a minute or so. Let's see here. You want to carefully turn it on each side, so I'm going to do that. You want to cook this on each side, whether you end up with 3 sides or 4 sides. There we go. Okay, so I was thinking while I was cooking the roll-ups, what could I do with this? Obviously, breadcrumbs, check. Croutons, check. But this recipe that I'm showing you might not even be enough for a larger family. For example, 15 of these roll-ups, a serving would be at least 3 to 4. That doesn't leave for a lot of roll-ups for a family that's really trying to eat a hearty breakfast, and they are a family of 4 to 6, 6 to 8. So since I'm on this let's ration our food or make things stretch, for example, these would make excellent French toast fries. And I have extra cream egg mixture. I'm going to actually dunk all of these, saturate them with the rest of this, place it on a baking sheet and bake them. You will have a breakfast for a lot of people if you do this, and you're not wasting the bread crust. So I'm going to do that and show you the outcome. Okay, so here's my leftover mixture, and I think I'm going to do these. You know what? I don't think all of these will work. I'm going to at least do half of these. But this is definitely something you can do to make a meal stretch. Some of us can get some of the roll-ups. Some of us might just want these French toast fries, a little bit of both. But you make it work, you feed your family, and everybody's happy. And you're not wasting your food. And I actually was gonna just dunk regular pieces of bread for my husband to also have just regular French toast, and I thought, no, there's enough roll-ups for us, and how can I use these perfectly good bread crusts? So let's see if this will work. And you know, if I still have egg mixture left, well, more. And just give it a dunk, place it on your baking sheet. Kind of like you would do baked fries, you know? And you could just pile everything in here, but you really don't want to oversaturate it. You just kind of do the same little dredge dunk and move along. If you kind of pile it in here, some pieces will get oversaturated while the others will still be dry. So doing this individually, I know it's tedious, but you get to stretch a meal. It's worth it. Okay, so I have managed to use all of the egg mixture and most of the bread crust. I still have some bread crust left over. That's definitely great for breadcrumbs and croutons, but this is going into a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until these are golden brown and toasty. So here is baked French toast fries. It's a great way to stretch a French toast breakfast. So I've piled on my French toast fries on a plate. Now all I'm going to do, I have a combination of powdered sugar and a little bit of ground cinnamon. And I'm just going to sprinkle, just like that, over my fries. And this is definitely a great way to start the morning. So I'm going to make my son a plate. He's going to get 2 little roll-ups, a little bit of the French toast fries, and actually for my small family this is going to last all day. And I'm only using half of the bacon that I cooked. The rest is going into another recipe you'll see later this week. Now I'm just going to drizzle on well, it's warm at this point, but the hot buttered maple syrup. Just like that. And that is breakfast for my son. He's gonna love it. And let me show you, I'll do this one. I'm gonna take a bite so you can see what the inside looks like. Those carbs were worth it. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.